So it looks like they are good to go. All right, let's go ahead and get them counted down. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So our C2 versus our C3, our current 2-time world champion versus Dengler, a semi-finalist of CTWC.
But Dengler, maybe without the not as high of a tournament run, is on that win streak right now. Back-to-back regional win streaks of Hartford, followed by Boston 3 parity. And Dengler known for his efficiency adjustments, war records, and we saw just how he played versus Fractal to take that match. So,
yeah, but to open up here, things are even. Both players have been able to score the first 4 Tetrises without any burns. And it looks like Dengler might be the first to commit a burn because, or no, yeah, had to take that single, but was able to get Tetris ready. And both players utilized the long bar. So a flawless 20 for Alex T and Dengler with a single burn.
So already seeing just how efficient these players can be and want to be. And yeah, I think it's going to be a big factor here. The lead, the scores going into 29.
Yeah, because of course, you know, we do know that Dengler has the ability to pay. I mean, we saw it with him versus Fractal. That was what allowed him in those latter 2 games, because Fractal, you know, he had the game 1, he had the game 2 where he was leading going into 29, but Dengler was able to chase it down. But those latter 2 games, it was Dengler's pre-29 play that made such a big difference. And in that final game, that 29 play, he was able to channel it and have that 1 Tetris or the 2 Tetris lead, or rather a lead to where Fractal needed 2 Tetrises in order to win.
So while Alex is known for his kill stream prowess and just his live performances, I think Dengler's pretty close on par.
At least with how we've seen Dengler in recent tournament form, he has been able to show some pretty good consistency, but he is going up against the mechanical demon that is Alex T. He'll do some crazy stuff. I mean, every time we have Genesis event, Alex T comes and there's at least 3 highlights from the highlight reel that can be dedicated just to the insanity that he does. And so far, Alex T has been perfect. Not a single burn has been taken for Alex T.
And Dengler missed a spin there, so.
And you could see the grimace for Alex T. There was no way for him to avoid burning, and now it's double eyepiece dependent.
Yeah, this isn't Tetris ready. It's only going to be a triple. But he did really try to keep that streak for as long as he could.
One more eyepiece will find its way in the center. And we got another $112 contribution from K9 Tetris saying W Vince and Genesis crew.
That's incredible. Thank you so much, K9, bringing us to, wow, yeah, 2-2-2-2, 2-2.
And right now, 377, and Alex T just trying to find something. That T-piece doesn't burn anything. Dengler is going to be able to reclaim that lead as Alex T is being forced to throw these Z pieces over to the right. And even if he does open up this well, that's not going to be a Tetris. There is holes in row 4 and 5, so it would be a triple at best.
So all of a sudden, Dengler just taking this lead, Alex having to manage this all these holes, and this is quite the swing.
Yeah, but now Alex T is in a scoring position once again. There he is. He is now Tetris ready. So is Dengler. Alex T, I like the Sharky bruh L right there. And just like that, there it is. Tetris for Alex T. 425 to now 491.
So Alex continuing to stack dirty here. Another one.
Tetris ready. Dengler continuing to keep the pressure. 500,000 going into 100 lines.
Yeah, this is something we've just seen like common with these players. The 500 by 100. It's a benchmark that these players are setting now. And if you can't keep up, you're going to be behind.
Yeah, because having that 500 at 100 means that you have the potential for that 650 plus K transition. There it is, another Tetris for Alex T. He's at 500 at 120, so we are going to see a mid to high 500K transition, depending on if he can get either one or two of these last Tetrises. And this is our current two-time world champ going up against Dengler here. Alex T's looking to be in the finals once again here at Genesis, but it starts with his path with Dengler, the pace demon as he's sometimes called. And there it is, another Tetris for Alex T. One more available. And there it is, a 571 transition for Alex T. Dengler finds one Tetris. Gonna try, sets up the overhang, but he's gonna be forced to burn. So that's a 654 transition for Dengler. Alex T set up for this column 8, waiting patiently. Knocks down the column 8 Tetris, skims for a single, and knocks down another Tetris, closing the gap real quick by 2.
Dengler stacking high. I think he really wants to just maintain this lead, not give Alex the opportunity, because it's going to put some pressure on Alex to keep up. And this is Dengler's strength, right? It's pacing.
This is his strength, pacing, but he has to use a couple eyepieces to fill in dependencies and place the mid-stack because the well wasn't open, and that has allowed Alex T to find some levels of efficiency, but Dengler, with 2 quick Tetrises, goes back up to that 3 Tetris lead. Another Tetris for Alex T and another Tetris for Dengler. Now we're just exchanging Tetrises back and forth. However, the lead is not changing, it is stagnating. There's a Tetris for Dengler. However, this board is a bit uncomfortable. Able to skim things. Dengler even going on row 2 Tetrises. And Alex T is continuing to put the pressure now. Tetris for Dengler, and Alex T is set up.
Yeah, Dengler had a quick square burst, and that messed up his stack, but with just 2 burns, we're able to make that into a dirty Tetris setup. And now he's clean and still maintaining the lead.
888 for Alex T, 917 for Dengler on level 25. Alex T also ahead by a full level, so there's still that potential for Alex T to be behind 3 Tetrises in pace. But he's setting up, there it is, Tetris, and he goes for the delayed bits. He goes aggressive, not finding the pieces, so he takes it, burnout, but no, opens it up, hits the bits, waiting for the eyepiece, and finds it and is rewarded. And with that, actually takes the lead, 955 to 954, and Dengler spending this time burning. And that left side is looking scary. He gets a crucial left on that. Oh my gosh, he's setting up. No, he decides to burn down. That's too risky. However, he is paying for this. Alex T has closed the gap. He has now taken the lead once again. 995 to now 974,000. An S-spin is hit for Dengler. Well, it's open. Tetris for Alex T. There's the max for Alex T. There's the max for Dengler.
So in these last few levels, Alex is able to take the lead. Dengler ran into that trouble, and this is not where Dengler wants to be, right? The lead is so important, and he doesn't have it anymore, so let's see how he can do on 29.
There is a Simon Tetris, 1.1 for Alex, 1.05 for Dengler. He will be behind. He does have 2 Tetrises available, but if Alex T finds 1, Dengler will have to play better 29 than Alex T. And there it is, a 1.110 for Alex T. Dengler with 1 Tetris available, but this drought is starting to cause some issues for Alex T. Dengler goes in with a higher transition score into the 29. Alex T holding out through this drought. There it is, Tetris for Alex T. Not set up for another one, but does take the lead. Now it's Dengler who is trying to stay alive, trying to stack. He's taking the disciplined burns, waiting patiently, and it pays off. There's a Tetris for Dengler. Alex T, 1.2, Dengler, 1.17.
Great drought management from both players. Look how close they are. This is they were only a few thousand points away during the transition, and this has not changed. Dengler does not want to give it up.
Yeah, that entire lead, Alex T was able to claw that back in the post 19, and several misdrops in a row for Dengler. He's going to top out at 1.225. Alex T is good for game number 1. Down, here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
So into kill stream, they were just a few thousand points difference, and really up until those series of misdrops, they were just so close. No lead change, no nothing. But Dengler blinked first, and now Alex is up the first game.
And already, nice. Both players able to find that Tetris. Alex T did have to take a couple more burns, though. But to see how kind of that was in case of Alex T, Dengler had just an insane lead going into level 19, but then Alex T was able to claw that lead back. And then in the post 29, it seemed like Alex T was just able to simply survive. It wasn't even a matter of who was more efficient. It was just Alex T simply survived better.
Right, so they're pretty close right now. 115 for Dengler, and Alex just waiting for this Tetris. Gonna bring him to 117. Now, something I noticed, Sharky, is Alex having these headphones, listening to some music or podcast, I suppose, but Dengler, these headphones, he's listening to the game sounds, the original game sounds. And I think that's really interesting because we do the same things here. I'm a big fan of listening to the game, but you have your playlist ready, right? Just to get in that flow state. So that's something I find interesting between the two.
Yeah, Dengler listening to the game sounds, Alex T listening to the music. And, Dengler says he listens to the game sounds for the sake of timing. And in a game like this where frames matter in so many points, having that timing locked down is key. But right now, 210 and now 232, another incredibly close. They're separated by a single.
Yeah, we saw this in game one. So a little bit of a deja vu moment here. But Dengler, that board is quite spiky. That T's going to help. And just like that, that was quite the quick resolve, because when your board is bumpy like that, it can't accommodate a lot of pieces.
There it is, another Tetris for Dengler. And another one's going to take the lead, but Alex T takes it right back, and we're still separated by a single. And Dengler's going to be taking some more burns.
Yeah, this is a close one. Halfway to the level 19 transition, and just less than a Tetris difference this whole way. So nothing major in terms of digging or misdrops, but it's still significant who has the lead.
And, eyepiece dependency going to be created over there for both Dengler and Alex T. Alex is able to fill his first, but hold on, Dengler does take the triple. He's able to take some burns, so that's ideal. But now this is where Alex T takes advantage. In the last game, it was Dengler who took advantage of Alex T having some issues on level 18, and now the shoe is on the other foot now.
Yeah, that was the first major mistake, the slowdown from Dengler, and we're seeing the 2 Tetris lead now for Alex. And Alex, winning game number 1, already has that bit of momentum, so he's really wanting to maintain that and just keep it up. So Tetris for Dengler, another one, 413, and Alex with this Tetris, 445.
And another Tetris, so about a 2.5 Tetris lead is what Alex has over Dengler. And we are closing in on that level 19 transition. Nice spin.
Yeah, Dengler just doing a lot of these delayed tuck setups. It's just so creative, and it's allowing him to have this option to save on burns if the pieces allow. Unadjusted bits there, great one. So, and yeah, saving on these burns, 1 burn at a time. We talked about this, Sharky, how in the later levels, especially kill screen, that one line can be the difference maker between getting a Tetris or not before the line cap.
We are closing in. Alex T, looks like we are going to see another 600K transition. Actually, it's possible to see it from both. Dengler, even despite that, bit of a hiccup, he was able to play it in such a way to where he was still able to maintain a degree of efficiency where if he's able to maybe take a combination of a certain burns and find a Tetris, we will see. Oh, missed shot from Dengler. You could see kind of like the recoil. He's like, whoa, I did that? He's waiting for the eyepiece, and there it is. That's the Tetris at $599 for Dengler, not a 600K.
So that slight mistake, yeah, going to cost him that. And Alex, yeah, just going to double in, 615. So it's a close one here, but Alex with the slight lead.
Dengler still holding out for this eyepiece, able to throw that S. Oh my gosh, 2 S's at a very unlikely time. Dengler now needs an eyepiece, 31 piece, and gets it over. Stays alive, knocks down another Tetris, and knocks down another. Ooh. We just went from 100 to 0 real quick, because it was the big drought. But because of how high he was stacked up, he was able to utilize almost every single bar that came his way after that, and as a result has taken the lead real time.
That was a scary moment for Dengler, but quickly resolved, and actually has the lead. I didn't notice that. So that was so crucial. The bar, if it came just a little later, this could have been a different story.
And you can see now he's playing aggressive. He's putting this pressure, or Alex T is putting this pressure on Dengler. Another tuck over there. There's a Tetris. Now 767 and now 734. There's another Tetris for Alex T. So he closes the gap once again. However, Dengler looking to score a Tetris to try and keep him at bay. There's a Tetris for Alex. There's a Tetris for Dengler. And now it looks like we're at this point to where we're just exchanging Tetrises. Beautiful spin hit over there from Alex T as he maintains a Tetris ready board.
I'm so impressed by how these players are stacking. It's really just Tetris or 1 or 2 burns to get ready, and then it's Tetris, Tetris, repeat. And here, yeah, Dengler just these tuck setups. It's really working out for him here.
He sets up one, finds it, and gets both J pieces that he needed. So no burns were committed throughout that, and that's a Tetris for Dengler, a Tetris for Alex T. 907 and now 917. We're on level 24 for Alex T, level 25 for Dengler.
Yeah, accounting for the line change, Alex T might actually be ahead in pace.
Beautiful delay burn from Alex T. I love that. He's going to set up another one, and the well is going to be reopened. There it is, Tetris for Dengler. There's the max, 1,017,000. There's the Tetris for Alex T, 1,004,000. Both players now have max on level 26. And they're continuing to grow their scores.
I don't think it's ridiculous to say that this is a neck-and-neck game, and it has been since the level 19 transition.
No, it's not irrational to say whatsoever, as these players, it seems like they are utilizing the same Tetris that the other uses. So we are keeping this lead, just only changing by the occasional triple that one player might take, as Alex T takes the lead with that Tetris 1.1. Dengler in the midst of this drought, trying to find something. Covers up the well, reopens it. The drought counter continues ticking. Couldn't use the eyepiece, had to throw it flat, but it keeps the well open. Takes a double, knocks down a Tetris. 1.132 to now 1.141.
And look how far ahead Dengler is, almost 10 lines, and Alex is ahead. So this is going to be a tough one.
He's going to have to play 29. Alex T with a 1 Tetris lead already as Dengler is trying to get set up. Beautiful pieces, the long bar now waiting for his home, but it looks like we're expecting another drought. There's a Tetris for Alex T. There's another Tetris for Dengler. Alex T set up for a dirty. Oh, that left side though.
So we know how long this drought was for Dengler, and
but Alex T does it, and that's a top out. A little bit of over-aggression, but it's not it. Dengler needs 1.252 million, and only a couple lines is necessary.
Just under 2,000. One more burn will do it. And there we go. Dengler taking game number 2.
We are now tied 1-1. Game number 3. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So already we are tied 1-1. And interestingly, you know, we knew, at least you saw it on our side, or you heard it from our side, we knew that there was a drought that Dengler had encountered, but Alex T didn't know when it was. And remember, Dengler was ahead in lines, so he was so far ahead in the sequence. Alex T maybe could have thought that, hey, I heard Dengler got in a drought, but he was in a totally separate drought. Because that aggression going for a center well, and then that left side being cut off, creating a long bar dependency, there was not too much that he can do.
So it's another example of that false sense of security that if the line difference is big enough, you can't predict based off of just what you're hearing. Oh, and
speaking about predicting, who could have predicted that we got a drought, but a dirty Tetris for Alex T and a clean Tetris for Dengler here.
And something that happened between this game, so I just want to shout out Toast with a $5 donation to the Match Arena saying, play the Toastris Open online next Saturday at start.gg/Toastris. And Nuwana with the $10 contribution. So thank you so much.
Small misdrop over here for Dengler. It's not going to be too problematic. Oh, got perfect pieces. However, that lead, nice.
Whoa.
That's to be expected from Dengler. The adjustment, intentionally creating that T-spin dependency because the T-piece was next.
Now, it's interesting because T-spins don't score points in this version, right, Sharky? But I think it made the board better in that scenario, so that risk definitely paid off.
But we are back to this kind of push and pull, this little tug-of-war of lead, where Dengler scores a Tetris, tugs it his way, then Alex T scores a Tetris and tugs it back. And until a player makes a noticeable mistake or fails to utilize some eyepieces, I guess like right there, there is the advantage in one player's favor. So in that case, it's Dengler.
So Tetris for Dengler, 281. Alex waiting. Oh, and gonna cover up the well at 265.
Good timing on the pieces, well as open. And just in time, Alex T knocks down a Tetris. 292 to now 333. Another Tetris going to be scored for Alex T.
So something I noticed there, when Alex T was digging, there was a drought. So Dengler was not able to use that opportunity to take a lead because there were just no long bars.
Yeah, in which case, you know, depending on which player you are, if you're in a dig, you want to be in a drought. Well, in certain situations, but you don't want your opponent to keep scoring, because if you're in a dig and you and your opponent both receive, say, 5 long bars and your opponent was able to use 40% of them, now you're down an additional 40,000 points and you weren't unable to score because you were in a dig.
Yeah, well said, Sharky. And Dengler just not really stopping with these adjustments, and it's so entertaining to watch, but they're not.
Oh, small misdrop here. And a small misdrop can lead to big consequences if good pieces aren't found. He's trying to keep this well open. Covers it up temporarily, reopens it up. Holding out patiently. Nice. Nice, love it. There it is, Tetris for Dengler. And another Tetris for Dengler. Going back into the lead, but now is ahead in lines.
But I really like that one placement he did. It was not something that's conventional, but it allowed him to clean it up later so easily. Another one.
Beautiful play over here. Very cerebral from Dengler. Well, Alex T has been more rigid, not trying to go too fancy with things. But as a result, there is a hole in row 3 of Alex T's board, and missed out on opportunity to utilize the eyepiece. That's going to be a triple, but now Alex T can start scoring Tetrises again. And remember, Alex T was behind, so it's not that behind in lines, so it's just that he lost his line advantage, or some pace advantage, I guess you can say. And another misdrop for Alex T.
Okay, gonna get the bar though, and able to now work this down. And Dengler just a few thousand points away from taking this lead. And this is a pivotal game 3 here, Sharky. Whoever wins this, it's gonna have the match point.
Yeah, and we are closing in on the transition, and the board state for Alex is not that great. Dengler still gonna transition at 540. Alex T, on the other hand, ooh, nice delay burn. Set up for the dirty Tetris here on the left well. And it's just gonna cover it up. Transitions at 523 in the midst of a drought. Doesn't open up the well, has to go for the flat eye burn. Another couple of shockingly unconventional place. Oh my gosh, Alex T just trying to survive at this point. And he's not going for these Tetrises. And that T-burn, maybe thought it was going to burn something, but there was a hole in column 8.
So Alex, bring this down. What? Doesn't use that bar to... Okay, uses that one. Oh, to get the Tetris. And something I noticed, I think this is the lowest transition from both players, so it might have been the seed. Either way, Dengler with a 100K lead right now.
Yeah. But Alex T is going to be able to cut into that. And looks like we might... Ooh, very rough timing on that Z piece. And is not finding the piece that... Oh, accidental adjustment. Alex T is going to survive. And there it is, Tetris over here for Alex T. 633 to now 760. Beautiful spin, finds the J piece. Alex T is now ready to start scoring Tetrises back on the right side. However, Dengler at 789 and is going to be able to continue going strong here. There is another Tetris for Dengler.
Yeah, Alex stacking high. Dengler with this comfortable lead. This is going to be quite important as we reach the kill screen, level 29. But Alex seems to have found his groove here.
Yeah, found his groove. Maybe the right song has finally hit the playlist, as now he's been scoring, nodding, and now he's scoring Tetrises. Ooh, rough time on that O piece. And Dengler, I felt like, has he been burning the past couple lines? Because the lead that he has been shrinking slightly.
Well, it seems so, like, because, yeah, using that bar to just bring the board down. Finally, Tetris. Oh, no, I was mistaken.
And that's big, or good news for Alex T. Another Tetris. He's now down by just under 3. Dengler is now finally back under control, but Alex T has brought this all the way back. 995 to now 901. This is game number 3, very pivotal. Winner of this is 1 game away for going into our finals to face Dog, a 2-time world champion.
With these players tied 3-3, this will determine the tiebreaker.
Oh, and there it is. There's a Tetris for Alex T. Dengler, though, is in very big trouble. He does open up the well, knocks down a Tetris, and takes the final skim. Dengler goes into 29 with 1,071,000. Alex T goes in with 1,015,000. So Dengler did have the 29 advantage, but the board is in disarray. There's one misdrop, and he's able. Oh no, that left side. Dengler hangs and tops out at 1,077,000. But hold on, Alex T does have a chase down. He had a couple of misdrops, but now he has to get the board back under control. At this point, he's only down by a Tetris. He can line out, or he can take 2 Tetrises. It's up to him. It's however approach he decides to take. And wow, look at all those eyepieces. Sometimes there actually is a thing as too many eyes.
The board is climbing. It's just a Tetris away. He really might just line this out, but...
Oh, the hang. Able to slide that underneath, but now elevated burning is required. And crucial 5-tap hit. He's not out of it yet, though. Still in the process of a chase down. 1,078,000 is what Alex T needs. And with that triple, is now less than a triple away. There's a double. There's a single. There's a single. 460 points. And there it is. Alex T completes the chase down and goes up 2-1. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
So game number 4, C2 versus C3. Reigning world champion versus the perfect max outer. This is going to be a very important one here, and it's really hard to predict what's going to happen. These last 3 games, a lot of interesting things have been happening here.
Yeah, in this tournament alone, this is a unique kind of situation that we've seen Dengler in, because in the previous matchup against Fractal, he took the lead 2-1. In the match up against Sam, what in the world, Alex T? I'm sorry, what? Is able to, wow, actually stunned like me. I lost my train of thought. But as I was saying, Dengler, he went up against 2-1 up against Sam Z in his debut match. And so this is the first time that we see Dengler down 1-2.
And this game starting out with the drought. Yeah, Alex T with the interesting start, but it's not going to really phase him as they're still just really close here.
Yeah, they're separated by about a Tetris. And Alex T decided not to go for the J-spin there, and instead hold out for ideal pieces for a tuck. But there it is, Tetris for Alex T. So it's only going to be trailing by 1 Tetris, despite the way that opened, because that just caught me off guard.
Right.
Because then I was like, oh, he's going to set up a bit, and then he went for an I spin. It's like, never let them know your next move.
Yeah, the I spin, it was delayed, right? It didn't even clear a line, but Alex just really creative with his placements and didn't phase him.
You mentioned, something very interesting while we were waiting for our players to get ready, and it's that Dengler is on a 15-match regional streak. Every single regional that he's been to, according to our Liquipedia, he hasn't lost. So that is on the line.
Right. Dengler, in these live events, able to perform just so strongly, and sometimes maybe the stats are a bit deceptive of his true skill.
A 28-piece drought, and Alex T is going to be able to survive it well, and so will Dengler. And another misdrop. It seems like at least the past, I want to say the tail end of the post-transition last game and this game, we're seeing a lot more misdrops. Maybe it's fatigue settling in as well.
It may be these players have been playing for quite a lot of hours, and
Alex T trying to survive. Having some minor camera issues. But I think it's funny as, the higher that Alex T went, the darker the camera got. Right. But then as he started burning down, it started getting lighter.
Maybe it was on purpose. But yeah, even with the sundown, Alex T bring the stack down also. But Alex T has trained for this. We know from the colors grind, the rebirth grind.
Yeah, he's played through charcoal many times.
The glitch colors just training him for competition, something I never thought would be a factor here. But it seems that the lights are turned back on.
Yeah, eyes are wide open. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 392 now for Alex T in the lead. 382 for Dengler, and he's just been stuck in this burn. You can kind of see that frustration built up. Nice overhang, though, for the T-spin. But you can see that frustration starting to build up. He's like, man, I'm just in this perpetual. It's not like he's in danger. And that's the most annoying thing. It's like, I'm not in danger. I'm just not able to score.
Right, and with that triple that Dengler had to take, he's probably feeling it now, just being able to get out of these, no problem, but just knowing just how his lead is, how he's getting further behind, from Alex T, now almost 100,000 points.
Yeah, and he's going to have to lock in. His tournament life is on the line, but his tournament life to win first place is on the line. And he'll still have a chance to walk away with some hardware or one of our medals, but that will be playing Andy in the third place match, which is not an easy opponent to come straight off of this from either.
Yeah, making the finals would guarantee a medal, but third place match, it's not. You still have to fight for it. So both of these players chasing the medal here. And they're quite amazing. I mean, they got some weight to it. They look like so well created.
And we got some well-created transitions here. Now 600,000 at the mid-19 for Alex T, and 514 around that same kind of line mark. Alex T did run into a slowdown, small misdrop, but guess what? We were in the middle of a drought, so Dengler couldn't capitalize.
Right, and it seems another one is developing here. Both players are waiting it out.
Good skips, and Dengler had the well covered. Alex T did not, though, so that's another Tetris that Alex T goes in the lead. And Dengler's just still waiting. He's playing up so high. He's waiting, executing these tucks, throwing pieces over there to the left. Forced to take a triple. It's a back-to-back drought.
A back-to-back drought, and only Alex being able to use that previous long bar.
He was able to use the next one, but now he has to spend some time burning out. And this might be an opportunity for Dengler if the eyepiece comes. That is a huge RNG compliant if, and it does. And Alex T finds the dirty off of that same long bar. Just when you thought that, okay, maybe Dengler could bring the lead down a little bit. No, Alex T is continuing to play at a level of aggression to where it's like, no, I'm going to try and prevent Dengler from clawing his way back into this, from gaining any sort of momentum.
Right, Alex sticking with this row 3 dirty Tetris, but another drought, and Alex higher stacking than, those squares.
What an unfortunate person. Same here with Dengler. He hung the eyepiece, reopens up the well, and there it is. Tetris for Dengler, staying alive. And now it's Alex T's turn to do the down stacking. There's a single. There's another one. He needs to throw pieces over there to the left. There's another single being burned. Great placement on that. One more L or J or an eyepiece that's going to open it up, and would like another eyepiece to try and get this Tetris, but doesn't find it. So those L's were perfect. Tetris for Alex T. 763 to now 756. This is game 4. Dengler needs to take this game to bring us to a decider, or we'll have another repeat finalist in Alex T here for our Genesis event.
But Dengler threw out all that. I mean, great job there from Alex, but Dengler taking that lead, and Dengler having that super close situation earlier and getting out of it. So this is the change that Dengler was really looking for as we approach 29.
But unlike, the previous game where we saw where he had just this massive lead going into 29, it's still very close. At the point to now, they're exchanging leads upon clearing Tetrises. And Dengler now Tetris ready. We are in that neck-and-neck territory. After a bit of a turbulent, I want to say last 4 to 5 levels, things are now finally calmed down before we pick it right back up, because guess what? 29 is coming, and it's coming fast. Here's another Tetris for Alex T at 970.
And Dengler basically a Tetris away from the max out. Gonna max out right there into 29.
Almost a max exactly. And Alex T is also gonna max. This is it. Game 4, 29 speed. 1,017,000 to 1,009,000. Alex T is Tetris ready. Covers up the well though, so not able to utilize that eyepiece. And that left side could be a bit of a concern, but I like that. Take the Tetris now, deal with the consequences of that later. Now up to a 1 Tetris lead as Dengler's still trying to get into a Tetris scoring position. Alex T, the hole is in column 2. Hits the 5 tap, very crucial. Dengler almost into a Tetris scoring position now. Tetris ready, but covers up the well, and a misflip on the T-piece. Reopens it and gets it over. Still not able to find the Tetris here. It finally does. There's the Tetris. 980 points separated us there for a second, and now Alex T is back down to the bottom. Both players now in a position to start scoring Tetrises, or start stacking for clean Tetrises. There's a Tetris for Dengler, Tetris for Alex T. Dengler now has to do some board maintenance, so now Alex T can utilize this opportunity. He is up stacking. He is Tetris ready. There's the Tetris for Alex T. 1,181,000, 1,147,000. Alex T is now Tetris ready. Hits the T-spin, beautifully executed, but he's running out of time. There's a misshot for Dengler. There's a Tetris for Alex T. Now both 1.2 for Alex T. Dengler, his tournament life is on the line. He finds this single. He's doing the best that he can, but he's running out of room, and that's going to be it. Dengler tops out at 1.15 million. Alex T, for the 3rd year in a row, makes it to the finals.